Yes, Vedānta Sāra. We are in the sixth shloka. We are entering fifth verse. We saw Anubandha, the four items. Anubandho Nama, the Adhikari, Vishaya, Sambandha, Prayojana. These four things. Now Adhikari we were entering into. What does Adhikari means? This text begins with the Vedānto Nama Upanishad Pramanam. Begins with the Upanishad Pramanam. When we read this, last class I read Adhikari tu Vidivat Adhita Veda Vedangatvena Apatatha Asmin Jani Vidivat Adhita Veda Vedangatvena Apatatha Adhigata Akhila. He has understood, generally he has understood Veda Vedanta, Veda Vedanga. Asmin Janmani Janmantareva. Either in this life he might have studied or in the past any one of the lives. Because when a child is born, he is born with many things. Only 20% of the child is parental traits. The rest is what he brings, the software from the previous life. The whole thing is going to unfold. As he grows, as a person grows from birth, as much it is grown, so much the past lives, what he has brought from past life, the software gets unfolded. When he comes to the full of youth, the whole thing is open. He is an entirely different person. From birth, from childhood, how the transformation is taking place, because as he grows, so it opens up. The body is little more ready. What are the samskaras that can work through that developed body that presents? So here he is telling Adhikari to Veda Vidivat. Vidivat means according to the methodical way of going. A particular method is there for studying everything. How we sit, how we take up the subject, how we keep the mental states tuning, how we keep the hearts tuning. Most important is the other things like brahmacharya and then universal love. These are especially in Vedanta. Brahmacharya is given most important place, without which he can never enter into the spiritual world. It is something like mandatory. Especially in Bhakti school, it is not so much insisted because he is passing through this. He accepts the world and he has to transcend. In Vedanta, it is rejected. Rejection and transcendence. There is acceptance and transcendence. In Bhakti Yoga, we accept the world and transcend. And in Vedanta, Advaita, we reject and transcend. The rejection needs total, absolute brahmacharya. And then that alone makes the mind constant and clear always. And never the discipline will be left out. That strength is called dhira. Just to maintain a discipline, we are enforced, or we are in. We have some rules and regulations, some disciplines to follow. It is we can call it imposed. It is an imposed. It is imposition. You have to follow it. You have committed it. You have entered into it. You have committed. When you are committed, you have to follow. So this one first thing is the brahmacharya, the methodical going. Bhagavad Gita also, those for knowing what they observe the brahmacharya. That I am going to tell, that truth for which the sadhakas observe brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is dwelling in Brahman, constantly dwelling in Brahman, which rejects all the aspects of bodily existence. It is not only sexual purity, it is purity of the soul, which rejects all enjoyments forever, and all that is concerned with the bodily existence, it rejects. We can't bear small pains, this, that and all. Because the body has been given for a long time for comforts. Now to observe tapas is very difficult. But it has to be done, because it is a Advaitic path. Then second thing, most important part in Advaita is universal love. Universal love. Loving all with absolute equanimity, no differences between two. I love the good, I reject the bad, won't be there. I love all. So these are the methodical way. Then accept a guru and abide by his words. You cannot alter, you cannot manipulate. Whatever she says, you have to simply accept and follow it, because you accepted him as guru. He knows best what path he has to take. So these three important factors, that I will never make a mistake in my life. In observing this is methodical way, then begin step by step. And each step, observe yourself, introspection. Am I right? Am I doing any mistake? Am I anywhere? Because we see with two eyes, 200 eyes will be looking at us. That doesn't matter, yet it matters. We don't care, but yet we have to care. Because the subtle way the others will be, I am moving a chess coin, I will be less knowing than an observer, onlooker. He understands my move. Right move, oh, he has done wrong move. The right move is mostly seen by the others. When the others are telling, Swamiji says, nobody will kick the dead dog. Somebody has kicked me. Something you happened to your life, somebody is taunting at you or making this one, know that there is something fishy about you. So immediately clear. When an opportunity, always the opportunity stands to correct. Doing mistake is not an error. To repeat it becomes a aparadha. If you do a mistake, it is not an aparadha, it's a mistake. But when you repeat it, it becomes an aparadha. For that again, tapas. So, here we see to follow everything what the niyamas insist. Then we see some are born with that natural tendency. He need not be told. He is going in the correct way. Getting up in the morning, always active and full of wisdom. Everywhere wisdom. Eyes of this one. There is no conflict. There is no confrontation. So that kind of universal love. Everyone, no differentiation. I have seen many people, many brahmacharis also, beautifully living their lives. Nobody need to tell them. Nobody need to direct them. So this, where from it came? Then we say, it is samskara of the previous life. The vasanas. Samskara is what goes in, vasanas is what comes out. Input is called samskara. Samskara is giving. I am training a person. It is a samskara giving. And how he reacts, how he acts according to that is vasana. What goes in is samskara. What comes out is vasana. Vasana could be good vasana, vasana could be bad vasana. So here, Asmin Janmani, if he is coming already, he is walking in the same path nicely by himself. It is his nature like, it is his second nature as if. He is walking in the right path. Then nobody need to tell him. Then it is, we call it, is prone to, you can see Vivekananda from childhood, untouched by the world. All those people, Thakur used to say, the pot is clean and fresh, uncooked. No fear to keep milk in it. It will never split. It is fresh. So they never get stained. They don't want any kind of enjoyments from the birth. So this is Asmin Janmani, no. Has he acquired? No. From birth we see this. And this we call, he must have done, because without a cause there cannot be an effect. Cause and effect go together. For every thing happening or anything existing, there is a definite cause and there is a definite purpose. So here we see it could be previous lives. He has done lot of sadhana in previous lives and is born with all those graces, human grace, graceful walking, graceful talking. So all this we see in many of the people. Extreme kshama, extreme prema. Extreme means you cannot imagine that much of love, that much of care, that much of concern, that much of dedication. So then these things are there. We call it Asmin Janmani or Janmadri. What is that? Adhikari tu Vidivat Adhita. Vidivat, according to methodical way of he has understood, he has gone through the actual process of learning. Process of learning has a method. It is methodical. It is Vidivat, according to Vidhi Niyamas. Vidivat Adhita has learned. Adhyayana, study. Study is different from reading. Reading is just, we read so many things, newspaper also. Reading is different. Studying is different. Studying is where you enter into the depths. You bring all things concerned with that particular subject. Suppose astronomy or medical we enter into. What we are studying is different from what the school syllabus or college syllabus is something. But a person who wants to study, he takes so many cases, so many books, so many references apart from what is given. This is sufficient to pass the exam and become a doctor. But he wants to study deeply, know its secrets to the depth. That is study. When we enter into research, we have another still more deeper eyes which penetrates. The principle in nature is you concentrate, she reveals. Nature reveals. You cannot find out. You only concentrate, like a scientist, you concentrate and nature reveals. Most of the things we get from nature and from divine are revelations. We have no way to enter into anything. So we have only no option. Only what can we do? No forces of the nature can be kama, krodha, lobha, nothing can be destroyed. Greed, asha, nothing can be destroyed. You have to transcend and go beyond. Grow beyond it, grow beyond it. It will not bother you. Childhood, we play with toys. When we grow, no more play. But when others play, he doesn't hate or dislike. Oh, children are playing. So this attitude. Now here we see Vidivataji, according to Vidhi, Niyama has learned Veda Vedanga. Veda is, we know, generally 4 Vedas, and especially we are concerned with the Upanishad Pramanam. In Vedas, we don't enter into Karma Kanda, even Upasana Kanda we avoid and directly enter because he is Adhikari. So Adhikari, when we say he's accepted the path, he has accepted it out of his own option. Voluntarily he has accepted it. I will walk through this path. And last word comes, Asmin Janmi Janmantreva Kamini Siddha Varjana Purasaram Nitya Naimatika Prayashtita Upasana Anushthanena. We'll see that all that. Nirgata Nikila Kalmashatya Nitanta Nirmala Swanta Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna Pramata. Last word comes Pramata. It begins with the last starting Vedānto Nama Upanishad. Pramanam. Pramata. He is Pramata. And text is the Pramana. He has realized God is the Pramana, someone who is telling us. So this, he is going to measure. He is entering into the inquiry into the reality. Kaschid Dhiraha is called Dhira because he is ready to renounce everything of this world. All enjoyments, all comforts for the body. One of the Christian saint says, if you can, take up the cross and follow me. If you can, take up the cross. And it's a taking up the cross. Means how much of strain and pain, it doesn't matter. It's a joy. I don't sleep for 5 days calling on God. Doesn't matter. Only thing, the health should not go beyond limits. We follow the Madhyapanta, but see that the maximum is done. Maximum is done. Nature will immediately take care. If you are sincere to the core, nature and God will start helping you in every step. No harm is done. Thakur says, by thinking of consciousness, will anybody become unconscious? With desires deep inside, when he struggles for higher, then the problem comes. The problems come only when the innermost desire is covered with my aspiration for God. The desire is not eliminated. Then the conflict comes. So there again fall will be there. Whatever sadhana is done, it will first fulfill the innermost desire and then start giving the fruits of the sadhana. So that is the important. One thing is, it's a perfectly balanced life. If it is not perfectly balanced, any one side weightage is increasing, whether studies is increasing and work is reducing, then there is a problem. When sadhana is increasing and work is reducing, there is problem. When you are separating from others, there is a problem. When you look upon all with difference, there is a problem. Looking upon all as equal and participating is the right way. So balancing everywhere, you have to balance and go like a bird flying with 2 wings, and viveka, vairagya, and a tail to balance the whole thing. We'll stop here. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.